Hi, this is Jerry Miller, signing in again to show you how to edit and upload the newsletter that you'll be sending out to all the Agilite customers. So to begin, you're just going to want to go to themeforest.net. That would be themeforest.net, and you'll get to the home page, which will look like this, and you just want to look up the Cobol business set, and this is the template you'll be using that we bought, and it'll come up right here, Cobol, $19. So you can just click on that, and you don't have to buy it because we've already bought it before, and it says you have one license for this item, and you can just download that here. Once you download it, it might take a while because there's a lot of megabytes, and you should be able to find it in your downloads. For me, it shows up over here, ThemeForest business email set, and it has a bunch of different documents and files inside of it, so we can take a look at that later. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to stampready.net, and this is the editor for the template, and I'm just going to sign out just to show you how to log in. So this is the home page. I already have the preset login information, so I'll give that to you later, and you just log in. So then you go to campaigns, and you want to start a new campaign, right? You're going to want to send it out. So what you do is you import a template, and it's going to be a zip file because that's the file used by the StampReady. And so here you have the ThemeForest file, and there are a bunch of different compatible editing websites that you can use. You can use MailChimp, Campaign Monitor. This would be straight up HTML, and they're StampReady. So we're going to want to choose the StampReady files, and for our sake, we'll just choose main 01. So you can just enter that, and that should upload pretty easily. This will give you a preview, and you can just say you're going to use it, name it Agilite test, start editing. So what you'll see here is it says drag your modules here. So these are all the modules that you can use, and you can just drag that in here. And just to clarify, there are 11 or 12 different templates that you can use. If you go down here, there are main 1, main 2, main 3, main 4, main 5, 6, 7, and then there are a few notifications, which are smaller templates used for maybe an email landing page, something similar to that. So you really can use all of them. They all look, they're slight variations of the one that we have right here. So let's just say you take this, you want to move that here, move that here, move this here. Okay, so you can play around with it yourself, but we'll just use these few, and then you want to just finish it off with the social media and something right here. Right? So this is what your email template will look like. And this is what you'll be sending out. So you can easily click on each module. This is to exit out, this is to delete it, this is to duplicate it. You'll have the exact copy of it right down here. This will be to go into the code, and we'll go into that later. This is all of the code for this one little box, and this is to move it up and down, but we'll leave it here for now. So the text you can easily change, hello world, and you can change this text here. You can change this over here, this text right here. I'm not sure what this is actually. So here are all the colors. So the button you see is pink, which matches up to the button here, but you can change it. You can go into here, let's go for a nice black, and you can change this picture. This picture right now is just blank, but you can get a link. You can either use your URL, you can change it, and go into here, pick a picture from, let's just say, downloads, let's just take a Twitter icon. I'm not sure what that'll be. Look, Twitter icon. You can make a link to your Twitter, twitter.com/agilite-tactical, and that way, when somebody presses on this, it'll link them to your Twitter page. And you can do the same for the read more. You can, your URL, that's what it is, www.agilite.co.il, and they can read more. So these are basically the basics. This is what the background of that page will look like. Sorry, the text.
Hello.
Oh. Sorry about that. And you can change the text. You can change the title. Looks a little bit gray now. You can change it to red. And you just want to make sure that when you're changing it, it does not affect all the modules. You can see that I changed this to red and it changed this and that all to red, and you don't always want that. You might want it to be different colors. So you just want to make sure that that's off. Then you can go to background colors, and this is a little bit gray right now, so we can change that to blue. And the main background, we can change it to gray, whatever you want, really. And so you can just do that for each and every one of these. You can erase this Natsumi, it doesn't matter. The unsubscribe, you really should erase this just because when we upload it to the MailChimp, which is basically our campaign monitor, it'll have its own unsubscribe button, so you can just erase that there. So now I'm just going to show you a little bit about how to code it. So if you go down here, you see all this code, and it's a little bit confusing as of right now, but basically there are a bunch of different indicators of where this picture is. So you can see that it says image data crop, so you know that this is the image because there's a source and there's a link, right? So this is a dummy image pulled up by StampReady, but you can change it to whatever image you want just by typing in the source code or the URL here, or you can change it like we did before over here, but it's probably easier to do it from here. Mainly what you would use the coding for would be to change the type of font. So if you go down here, you can also delete the dash. So you could just delete that whole thing and then press enter, and now this dash is gone. Before there was a dash. There's a little dash over there. There's a dash there. Right. So you can delete that dash there. Okay. So you go in and you see title, and this is the beginning of the title, end of the title, and you see the article title. So that links to this right here. Excuse me. And what you might want to do is you might want to make that maybe a different font. Instead of, you can see it says font family Open Sans Arial Sans Serif. So maybe you would want to make it something else. So what you can do is you can go to Google Fonts and just click on this first link right here. We'll go to the new website. That's a little bit prettier. And you have tons and tons of fonts to choose from. So just a word of caution also, you don't want to always use different fonts just because some users might not have that font on their computer, so it might not show up and it might look a little bit weird, but Google Fonts is pretty reliable, I think, and it should be fine. So let's say you want this font that is pretty out there. We'll just choose it for now. You can just add it. It says one family selected. And it says to embed your selected fonts into the web page, copy this code. And so you just take that, copy, you go to the top of this right here, and paste. So you'll see that there. Now, what you're going to do is it says font family, Lackey ready, and it's cursive. So you can just copy that from here and you're going to want to go back to the article title. You find the article title, font family, Open Sans, Arial, and you can just X that out, Lackey Ready Cursive, and it should work. And perfect, voila, this is what the article title now looks like. And so you can do that for this font too, because it's in the same module. You can just change that. You go down here, Lorem Ipsum, and Lackey Ready Cursive, right? And it changes. So you can really do that for any font. If you want to change another module, you're going to have to do the same thing with the group fonts. You're going to have to paste it in this top over here, and you're going to have to go to each one. So then, if you want to kind of play with the height of everything, maybe get it a little bit closer, you might have to play with the height of this. So instead of 40, maybe you'll have it 0, and you can see that just pushed it up a little bit. Basically, you're going to want to play with everything. So at any time you go through this and you see height, maybe change it to 0 and see what it does. Oh, okay, so you saw it moved it a little bit up. That's basically what I did. I would say I didn't really know what I was doing, and you kind of just play with the same things. So if you wanted to get it closer together, you go to each place where it says height. So you see height here, you see another height here, you see another height possibly over here. You go to 5, brings that up a little bit, right? So you just are gonna want to try to play with everything, and that is basically it as far as everything goes. You can also play with this, like I said. This background, you can change the header background over here to maybe something else, just say an Instagram photo, or maybe right. So you have that here, and for this, maybe if you want to get it centered or smaller, you might have to play with the table width, the width over here, the height. I'm not such an expert in this, so I would say just kind of play around with everything, and you can almost always revert back to what you had before. So if you have 20, you go like that, and now you just put 2 back, go like that. You can maybe align it left if you want, see what that does, play with the cell padding, and that is basically it as far as this goes. So let's just say we think this is a good template for us. I can't imagine anyone would want to use this for a template. I don't think you'd sell anything with this, especially combat gear for the army, but for now we'll just use it. You can export this to your desktop, and we'll call it Agilite template. And so that's going to be in HTML, and actually I'm just going to do that one more time. Agilite temp. And you're going to want to keep images online. You don't want to include them in the folder. If you keep the images online, that way you'll be able to upload them to the MailChimp website. So it should have done that already, right? So they're both the same thing. Now we can go to MailChimp.com, and we'll go into the login website. Login, we'll give you the login information later. And you're going to want to go to templates. So once you have a template, you're going to want to create a new template. And it'll give you a bunch of options, but you're going to go to the code on your own, and you're going to import an HTML. Template name will be video test tutorial, and the template file will just browse that, and we know that it should be in our downloads, and we can choose it right here. Upload that. And voila, you're going to want to edit the design. You don't want to edit the code. We've already done that before. And here you go. And this is this is it. If you had not uploaded the images, it would have looked slightly different. All of these images would have just been blank. That would not have been good. So now you can save and exit. Video test tutorial. Right, that's the one that we just had. And as far as that goes, now you can create your campaign. You can upload the template that you want, which would be this template. And that is basically it as far as it goes. I personally have not uploaded it to a campaign, so I'm not exactly sure how that goes, but it should be pretty simple. You create a campaign and choose the template that you want, which would be this. And that is it. So I hope that was informative, and I hope that answered all of your questions. If you do have any questions, I would highly, highly suggest contacting Nutsumi, which is the creator of the Kobo business set. You can contact him through the Theme Forest website, send him an email. He answers back very quickly and he's very responsive. Or you can leave a comment. Either way, he should be able to answer you. And that would be my advice. So I'll be signing off now, and this should be my very last video, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.